Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Lori and I'm doing another video today in my car. This is a spur of the moment video that I was asked to do by the family of light, these star beings that I work with. When I was hiking today on the mountain, they told me to get in and do this video, so I'm doing it. I don't have my tripod, so if it moves around, it's because it's on a stick, so just bear with me. Before I share this message that came through for all of us, I just want to thank every single one of you for being here. Not only being here on this channel with me, but being here on the planet in this really, really powerful, potent time, and for continuing to keep going and not giving up. I woke up and felt some really huge collective pain and collective sadness today. Part of it's mine, and a huge part of it is the collective. And I can feel so intensely what so many of us are moving through right now. And so I'm sending this video out, not only with these messages from these beautiful beings of light that are asking me to share, but also that you can energetically feel through this video that you're not alone. And to please not give up, to trust what you're going through, to trust what you're feeling, and to know that you're going to come out on the other end. You absolutely will come out on the other side. So before I share this message, I want to give a little background quickly on what I do, who I work with. I live in Mount Shasta and I work on Mount Shasta. And what I do is I work with the many different star systems, many star families. And I basically feel like I'm a conduit for our families of light. I also work with the Lemurians, and I take journeys. I bring people inside the mountain using your etheric body, which is the body you use when you sleep to travel all over the place. I journey into these portals, these really powerful activating portals and stargates. So it's not an actual physical place, it's frequencies, it's light. And so by using your etheric body, you can move into these higher dimensional frequencies and gates, portals. So I work really closely with star beings. I work really closely with all of the different families of light that are surrounding us right now. And today on my walk, I asked them to please give me the message that I need to share with all of you, because you're not alone. I'm going through it as well. And this is what they told me. So what's happening to many of us right now is, on a mental level, we understand that we're moving from a lower dimensional space of living, a frequency of third dimension, to a fourth and fifth dimensional frequency. Fifth dimension being the sort of end point for humanity. Earth already being there, Earth already vibrating at that frequency. And so what is happening is that there's a piece of us that understands that we already are these higher frequencies. So we already know that we can heal ourselves. We already know that we can manifest just by knowing it to be true. We already know that that we have these gifts and skills within us. So our mental body, our mind knows this. Yet our ego is having a really hard time accepting all of this. And so what's happening is we're finding ourselves moving back and forth between believing it and knowing it and staying stuck in what's comfortable. And so what I mean by this is, let's say that you have a physical illness, or you're in a lot of emotional pain, okay? Or there's a habit that you're trying to break, right? So the ego holds on to that. This is very comfortable. This is very normal. This is very real. And we are literally shifting. So you can imagine ourselves moving into a higher frequency. As we move into that higher frequency, The ego is holding tightly to what it believes and knows to be its truth. But we are starting to understand by tapping into, unconsciously, tapping into these higher frequencies, that we are multidimensional beings that have the ability to heal ourselves. We have the ability to know and intend our realities. Meaning, if we intend for something to be, know that it is already our reality, it will manifest. It will absolutely come true. So we're starting to understand this. We're starting to conceptualize this. We're moving into these frequencies of understanding and knowing. And yet we still are holding on to, we have to, because we are physical, third dimensional humans right now, the ego structure. And so the ego structure is really, it's like a high school student it's like a teenager that's fighting this shift. Okay. And so what happens is there will be moments where you're really feeling like you're moving through, you're really feeling like you're healing yourself, you're really feeling like you're aligned and it's all working out. And then the next thing you know, you feel like you just fell back into like kindergarten and you don't know what happened and how are you all of a sudden back in this space? How are you all of a sudden back into this pain? And or maybe it's an illness, right? And it's an illness that you've been trying to kind of process and heal. And there are days and moments where you feel like it's really happening and then all of a sudden you fall back. What these beings of light want you to understand is that is your ego, your beautiful ego. That is your beautiful ego that is trying to remain in control, okay? And the mind is a very, very powerful tool. And so what's happening as we are shifting into higher frequencies, and they've been showing it to me as like we're moving like in a little an elevator, but sort of sideways, right? And so you can imagine a really, really low, slow moving density kind of energy. And then as it starts to move, it's starting to lighten up and speed up. As we are moving into these higher frequencies, the ego is going to start to get louder. Everything we thought we were clearing out, all the illnesses, all the pain, all the sadness, all the trauma, is going to start to get louder and louder and louder. And what's happening right now in these 2 weeks is it's almost like you feel like you're just it's hard to explain. It's like you're being shown everything that you need to let go of. So everything that you need to release out of your life. And this is illness, this is disease, this is pain, this is people, this is trauma, this is your past, these are beliefs. This is the tapes that run in your head. Whatever's coming up right now, whether it's for the first time or the 100th time, it's to be released. And the way that you release it, what they've been saying to me today, is to begin to know. To start to know. Know that you are healed. Know that you are free of pain. Know that you are releasing that emotion. Know that you are releasing that trauma. It's not easy. None of this is easy. And I said to them, well, how are we supposed to know when all we know right now is what we're in? And they said, that's the point. The point is that you, while you're in it, okay, whatever it is you're in, while you're in it, they said, you need to also remember that you're shifting into this other space, this other realm, okay? And you have to force yourself to start to know that you can be healed, to know that you can be free of this pain, to know that you can be free of this addiction, okay? To know it inside of you, and watch the beliefs that come up when you start to quote unquote buy into this. They showed me, they said, you guys are moving into another way of being. You're moving into a different frequency. This is the shift that everybody talks about. This is the shift that all the spiritual teachers talk about. Okay? It's not easy though. You can't just listen to a meditation and all of a sudden be in your light body and healed. This is it. You have to do the work. And anybody that says that they can instantaneously heal you, I'm sorry, but it's BS. It's not instantaneously like boom, all of a sudden you're going to go to some healer, or you're going to go to some highly evolved spiritual teacher and you're going to listen to their teachings and you're going to be healed. It doesn't happen that way. What they said to me and the pain that everybody's going through is because nothing's working, because we have to do it ourselves. Nothing's working because we have to do it ourselves. So when you start searching outside of yourself for somebody else to heal you, for somebody else to show you, for somebody else to fix you, you're going to feel okay perhaps in that moment and the moments after that and the weeks after that, but guaranteed, they said, you're going to come back to this space of still feeling the ego, still feeling the mind, still feeling the limiting beliefs. It all comes back to us being present with ourselves and beginning to really understand and know that we are responsible. Only us, only me. I'm the only one responsible for my path. I'm the only one responsible for my healing. I'm the only one responsible for my knowingness. That if I want to release this pain I'm going through, the knowingness that if I want to move into these other realms, which we're already moving through anyways. But if I want to go, if I want to let go and move, then I've got to know in my knowingness that I am this multidimensional being, even in my pain. Okay, so if you're struggling with a disease, okay, you have to start to know that you are a multidimensional being, that you are shifting into a multidimensional being. So you are the multidimensional being and you are the third dimensional being, because time doesn't exist. So we're not going to get into timelines, but you have to understand that both exist at the same time. What are you going to believe in? What are you going to start shifting into your knowingness? What are you going to start to shift your knowingness to? That I have a disease and that I have to take all of this medicine, and that I am not a light being that can heal myself? Or I am a multidimensional light being that has the ability with my mind and my knowingness to heal. Understand that we use such a small portion of our mind, a small portion of our mind. And the mind is here to heal us. The mind is here to show us. The mind is here to allow us to experience how powerful we are, how potent we are. And so what these beings of light want you to understand right now, today, as you're listening to this, start to recognize what you're focusing your knowingness on. Is your knowingness on your pain? And that this is just what you have to be, and this is what you have to move through? Or are you focusing on your multidimensional self that is healed, that is activated, that is aligned, that is light, that is free, right? You're still moving. I am still in pain. I'm still in sadness. I'm still in loneliness. I'm still in everything. But I am also at the same time reminding myself and finding myself in this space of knowingness that I am also this multidimensional being, that I am also healed, that I am also connected to my higher self, my I am present source, my light body, that I am already here. And nobody can take me from here to here but myself. Nobody has the power to go into my mind and give me that knowingness but me. Nobody. I can listen to people. You guys can listen to me, but I can't make you. I can't tell you. I can't show you how to do it. You have to do it yourself. And so these beautiful, beautiful beings of light, first of all, don't forget that you have a family of light surrounding you right now so potently. They are around every single one of you right now in this really potent transition that we're going through, regardless of whether you can feel them or not. So if you're in a hospital bed right now, they're with you. They're with you. Ask them to help you. They can help us go from here to here. They can help us remember that knowingness. They can help us shift our knowingness. It's all about knowing. Knowing. And this is not easy. Moving from third to the fourth and then to the fifth is not easy. Okay? We are moving. It's happening whether we are conscious of it or not. But what you have to start to get very conscious of is, what are you believing and knowing? What are you believing and knowing to be your truth? And this is not to escape what you're going through. By all means, you move through what you're going through. But as you're going through it, they said, remember to keep the knowingness of who you are, who you're moving into, and who you already are. We have the ability to heal ourselves. We have the ability to clear out addiction. We have the ability to lovingly move through pain and trauma. We have the ability to release individuals in our life that no longer serve us. We're walking into this higher state of being. And it boils down to knowingness, my loves. Knowingness. What do you know? And can you begin to know before you can feel? Can you begin to know before you can see that you are this multi-dimensional being that has the power to heal, that has the power to love yourself free? And it's not easy, like I said 15,000 times in this video. I get it. I'm going through it myself. I'm watching myself do this, up and down, up and down. But I don't stop. I don't stop. I don't stop because I fell back down. I don't stop because I'm in serious pain or sadness. I don't stop. I don't believe that this is not who I am just because I am moving through my humanness, my dense third dimensional humanness. We all have to do it. We all have to do it. But these beautiful beings of light are trying to remind us that we have to shift our knowingness. What do you know to be your truth? You can heal cancer. You can heal disease. You can heal addiction. You can heal trauma. You can heal deep, deep wounding and pain. That's why we're here. What do you think we're doing here? We're healing so that we can become our multidimensional selves in a physical body on this beautiful fifth dimensional earth plane, reconnecting to our beautiful family of light. It's real. It's what we're doing. You're doing it. You're doing it in all your pain. And so it boils down to how much can you keep going? You know, how much can you keep going? How much can you remember this knowingness that this is who you are, this is who you are, this is what you're doing? And nobody can do it for you. Nobody has the quick fix. There is no quick fix. We all got to strap on that seatbelt, and we got to put our tool belt on, and we got to move through it. Every single one of us. So that's what they wanted me to share with you all. I hope it came through clear enough. It's about knowingness and really starting to remember who you are. And that as we shift from third, it's really about this fourth dimensional space they're talking about. So as we shift from the third to the fourth space and we move back and forth, we're powerful beings. We're powerful beings. And so start to remember that. Start to play into this knowingness, right? That you can heal, this knowingness that you can move through pain, this knowingness that you're already aligned with your light body and your higher self, and I am present. And like I've said so many times before, ask these beings of light that are around you. They're surrounded by you right now. I promise you, every single one of you is surrounded by your family of light right now. And so start to play. Start to ask. Start to ask often as you can for anything you want. If you have a disease you want healed, ask them. And then listen to your limiting beliefs and your knowingness. And is your knowingness saying, I can't heal this? Or is your knowingness saying, I can heal it? Miracle upon miracle upon miracle is going to start happening. We are living in the age of miracles. And so allow these miracles to happen. Listen to your mind. Start to shift into this knowingness. And I think with that, I will just leave you. 21 minutes. I don't know how time goes by so fast. Jeez Louise. If any of you are feeling called, I'm just putting this out here because I'm being asked to say it. If anybody is being called and wants to do a journey into the mountain to experience your multidimensional self, to experience your family of light, to remember the power of who you are and why you came here on the planet, reach out to me and set up a session with me into the mountain, into these stargates, and into Telos. And any other portal that you might, that your higher self might want you to journey into. So just know that that's an option for you if that's something you feel called to do. And also, I do group journeys every 6 weeks. So there's another one on April 13th. So just reach out to me if you're interested in doing a group journey into the mountain. We go into Telos and we go into other stargates. So that's an option. And you're not alone, my loves. You are not alone. You're not doing this alone. We're all going through it. So just remember to stay focused on what your knowingness is. You know, love your humanness. Love your battle. Love your struggle. Love your pain. Love your sadness. Love your disease. Because it's moving you through it to become this multidimensional being that we all came down onto the earth to move into. It's why you're here. Make no mistake. The reason you're here is so that your spirit can understand and experience shifting from the third all the way into the fifth, and to assist humanity as well. And with that, I'm going to say goodbye. I love you all so much. Thank you for being here. Thank you for subscribing to my channel. Thank you for listening. And all my love to you.